Hello, Taurus or Taurus Cross Watcher. My name is Heidi Corona. This is going to be a tarot and oracle reading for the month of June 2023 for the general collective of Taurus. If you have Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising heavily in your chart, you identify with the sign of Taurus, then this reading is for you. But please take it as it resonates and use your own free will and good judgment to make decisions based on what you feel to be right for your life, because you are the one living it. So if you don't know me, I'm Heidi, and I appreciate you guys tuning in with my channel. We will dive in. If you're not subscribed to my channel, you feel free to click that notification bell if you vibe with me so you don't miss anything else I got going on. I grabbed a monthly theme for you from my own Oracle deck, Taurus. So your monthly theme for June is peaceful and trustworthy. Okay, these kind of vibes, I feel like you're playing nice, to be honest. That's what I feel like, because you have kind of a lot of stuff going on in your spread here, and I will address each of the cards and we will go through everything. But I feel like the overall theme is play nice, play nice to make it through this, Taurus. You are, I feel like you are, I feel like that's your second nature, or at least some kind of buffer or camouflage that you're using at this time. Take that as it resonates. But I feel like Taurus, it's almost like a self-protection mechanism. You're playing nice. You're not ruffling feathers. You're just wanting everybody to get along, and that could truly be, the vibes going on. But I feel like there may be a bit of dissonance, and you're trying to hold it together in a very peaceful way. So let's dive into the area of love. Now, for June, you've got the Ace of Pentacles coming forward for love. And the taglines on this say prosperity, property, beginnings. So the Ace of Pentacles is about a new investment, something newly becoming physical. Okay, this could really be a big shift or change, a new beginning in some way, a new shift in the romantic dynamics of your relationship, if you will. Maybe you're starting something new, deciding to deepen that bond. But love doesn't have to be romantic partnership. It can just be the connections that you have in your life, and really spending that one-on-one time to invest with people who matter to you. I see that has become quite a priority to you as of late, Taurus. So in June, I see you putting forth the actionable efforts to really invest in people who matter most to you. And you're going to see the results and the benefit of that time and that interaction with those important people in your life. So keep going with that. That's great energy to have. Great energy to have. Now, in the money, finances, and career, you do have the Nine of Wands showing up, and it says strength, support, boundaries. Okay. So for me, the Nine of Wands can be kind of a guarded card. It can indicate needing to reinforce your boundaries or holding that strong boundary so that you do not become depleted. So, being that this is in the money, finances, and career, you might be the breadwinner of your household, or you might be the leader of your unit at work. Okay. You might have a lot of people who are beneath you in some way. I don't mean that in an inferior way. I mean, like, you supervise them or you care for them in some kind of a way. So I feel like you're taking charge and you have leadership qualities about you in those areas. Spirit says to keep standing strong in your own empowerment, make healthy decisions as far as your finances, and you should maintain basically the status quo, because I see that you've been enforcing this kind of just smart decision making. You know what I mean? Smart decision making in the finances, healthy boundaries in the career, like really leaving work at work and bringing, and having home life at home, separating those two things. Even if you work at home, Taurus, even if you happen to work from home, I see you really separating out the different energy patterns of your life, the different obligations, responsibilities, duties, connections, relationships. And this comes back to love. Like, you're investing in your relationships when it matters, and that is the time to do that. And you're really investing in work, and you're keeping that separate from other things when that feels right for you. So I see you really being empowered in the month of June. Oh, I flipped that star over. That's an amethyst. You may be even seeing something in a new way, Taurus. This is an amethyst star, and I was drawn to just flip it over real quick and touch it. And I wonder, the star can indicate like your visions, your hopes, your aspirations, your wishes. For me, it can indicate your spirituality or your abilities. The fact that I felt drawn to flip it over during your reading right now, which is really weird because I set up, I feel, Taurus, like you may have really shifted perspective in your life. Recently, I feel like the perspective shifted, but do you see how like there's purple up here and then like it's more white down here? I feel like the shift happened, but now you're actually doing the follow through. And this can be the more challenging part of the equation. But Spirit suggests to you and encourages you to continue holding those boundaries and keeping the parts of your life separate that need to be until it's time to make the adjustments. And you will know when the time is right for you for that. Okay. So keep following me, Taurus. You should know what I'm talking about here in the month of June. Home life. You have the Eight of Cups here. I'll tell you what. The Eight of Cups is it's about walking away, making a truly deeply emotional decision about walking away from something or someone or somewhere that does not serve you any longer. A lot of times the Eight of Cups shows up with this finally throwing your hands in the air. Like, you know what? I've been trying to make this work. And for whatever reason, I just know now that it can't be saved. That nothing can be done. Nothing can be done with this. Okay. That is what the Eight of Cups typically represents. This is showing up for you in the home life for June. Okay. Now the tagline on this say change, shift, change. There's even two changes there, man. But what I see is the octopus. I was drawn to use the Wandering Star Tarot for your reading. And what I see is the octopus. Now, this Eight of Cups makes me think something a little bit different than the traditional Eight of Cups, but it's still the same meaning. It's walking away from or disengaging from or disentangling from stuff that is not good for you in the home life. This could be people. This could be too much TV. This could be your diet, your health regimen, keeping the house cleaner, not allowing arguments, attitudes, rule breaking, whatever this could be that's going on in the area of home life. This could be, I don't like my home and I want to move completely. Whatever this is, this octopus is holding on to every cup he can possibly manage to. I feel like this has been you, or possibly even others that are holding on to those things or holding on to you to want to keep things to remain the same. But you are feeling this urge to move and flow in a different direction, Taurus. And it's hard to let one of those cups go. It's hard to let them all go at once. So Spirit is saying, if you can allow yourself to just let one thing go at a time, that'll seem like a lot less of a blow to your lifestyle than just all or nothing. Take that as it resonates. Some Taurus need the all or nothing. It has to shake up and be done with, right? And that's why someone's clinging and holding on. That's why you need a big to-do or something, okay? To really shift up those patterns. But it has to be a choice. And I feel like Taurus, the choice has not been 100% committed to. Okay. That's why it's still lingering, but the feelings are there and it's going to happen. So you can choose how to act, or you can, choose how to step through this, or you can just allow it to happen to you and react in whatever fashion that is at that time. I don't want you to be blindsided. That's why I'm bringing this to your attention. You and or others in your home, dissatisfied with the way things are going, or each other. Okay. Changes that need to be made, but even, grudging changes. I don't want to have to eat healthier. I don't want to have to start going to the gym. I don't want to have to stop smoking. You don't have to do any damn thing at all, man. I vape. I'm a real person just like you. And I'm not telling you nothing. I'm telling you what's coming through in your reading. You know what changes could stand to be made in your life so that you can improve that. You've known for a while, Taurus. And now it's time to start dropping those one at a time, just a little at a time, just letting go a little at a time, releasing just a little at a time so that you may begin to flow in that direction. Self-care needs, Seven of Cups, choice, instinct, passion, extremes. The Seven of Cups is also an emotional card. It's about feeling into the right decisions for you. So as far as self-care needs, man, you need to shake up the norm. This status quo has been stagnant for quite some time now. And I can see that you're, having you're bumping the edges of your life here and there. Okay. There are some areas in which you could stand to make improvements. And couldn't we all? Couldn't we all? You know what those are. So in your self-care needs, doing something different, something silly, something totally just for you. Whatever that is for you, you know who you are. This is not a physical card. So I'm going to tell you right now, Taurus, I don't feel like get your, change your diet, eat more healthy, exercise. I don't feel that. Get more rest, drink more water. I mean, it's cups. I feel like this is about emotional fulfillment. doing things that you used to do back in the day, but you haven't had time to do in quite some time. And you know you enjoy the activity, listening to some of your favorite music, bringing yourself back to those spaces, allowing yourself to enjoy the moment just because, even if that moment or that action is not paying the bills. Sometimes we don't allow ourselves to have enough carefree time, enough fun time. That's how we're able to buckle down and really get that work done when we're in work mode. You're already segmenting this out. Spirit is saying, Taurus, carve out some time for silliness, for youthfulness, for fun, for joy, passion, excitement. Carve out some time for restfulness and read a book if that's what you want to do. Whatever this is that is right for you at that moment, carve out time for yourself. You have to make time. That time will not fall in your lap. You'll always end up filling it with something else, unless you already earmark that as your time not to be bothered so that you can just chill. I see that you need this in whatever way that is for you, Taurus. Unforeseen circumstances. Unforeseen circumstances. See, I feel like you're giving off this peaceful vibe, but there's all these undertows inside of you, all these different emotions inside of you that are like these undertows that are not surfacing. Goodness. So let's see an unforeseen circumstance. King of Pentacles, it says, reliable, visionary, generous. Unforeseen circumstance in June. Okay. The court cards can always be people in our lives. You might be the king or you might know the king. All right. The king can be a generous individual, somebody who's got the finances together, somebody who is able to lend a helping hand to less fortunate or maybe a loved one who needs some assistance. So some kind of unforeseen circumstance for you for June. Maybe you need that helping hand and you find it. Maybe you are that helping hand and you're able to do that for somebody else. Either way, the king is able to sit in his kingdom. His bills are handled. Like he's the kind of guy who doesn't have to sweat it. Wait a minute, did I balance the checkbook? It's not like that. He's like, everything's cool, man. I know there's plenty to go around. I'm chill, I'm relaxed. Everything is good. This is great energy to be unforeseen circumstances stumbling into your June, Taurus, because I feel like you've got some undertows to that peaceful vibe and this stable financial or physical foundation that you somehow come across in the month of June. Hold that frequency, man. Hold that vibe. Even if it is just for a moment where things are cool, allow yourself to relish and take note, mental note, emotional note of how that feels, because you want more of that in your life. And that is how you create more feeling of positivity, success, more feeling of contentment and satisfaction in your life, is by really truly enjoying the times when you feel that way. Allowing yourself to have that and not just hustling and bustling on to the next thing for the sake of other people or the schedule or obligations or whatever this is, Taurus. Now, others in your environment or others in your life in the month of June, you've got the Six of Cups showing up. This says harmony, childhood, reconciliation. Okay. Six of Cups can be about somebody coming back to you from the past, somebody who's reaching to you, who maybe wants to reconnect, misses you, cares about you, wants to see how you're doing. Okay. This could also be maybe a lot of kids in your environment. Maybe you're going to be spending some time with some kids, some youthful energy, people who make you feel like a kid again, doing some things that make you feel like a kid again with other people. I see this here in June. And I do say, shake up the freaking norm, because I see you feeling so incredibly serious a lot of the time, Taurus. So when you can allow yourself to stop and have that, like your self-care, your self-care, that Seven of Cups, shaking up the norm, doing something silly just for the sake of it, even if it's not of any type of monetary value or gain. It's really indicated that emotional gain is what you need right now. Lightheartedness, goofiness, silliness, watch a funny movie, laugh, cry if you need to, Taurus, but allow something to move through you. I almost feel like your emotions have been a bit locked in ice. Okay, maybe you can understand this. Take this as it resonates, but others in your environment are going to have this kind of energy coming towards you or in your area, and I suggest that you engage. I suggest that if it feels good to you, those cards, you're feeling into things, if it feels fun, if it feels right, if it feels like you got the time, then enjoy that experience, man. like lighten your energy just a little bit, Taurus. I feel you here. Now on the inside, listen, on the inside, these are your inner feelings in June. Take this as it resonates. You will know what area or areas of your life this could be indicating here. But the card is 10 of Swords, all right? And the tagline is endings, final closure. This is how you feel inside of yourself, Taurus. What chapters are closing in your life, what chapters need to be closed, what connections need to be severed, what connections have been, where, like I said, you're almost frozen inside. I feel like you've emotionally cut yourself off from certain people before you physically do that. Take that as it resonates, Taurus. That may not fit for everybody. Okay. But I feel you emotionally distancing yourself. This could land in many areas. Maybe you've decided to pull away from your group of friends at work or at church or in the neighborhood because you're not going to hang out or go there anymore. Maybe you're going to get a different job, switch to another church. Maybe you just need to spend some you time. Maybe you're overwhelmed with feelings of grief and sadness. You've lost too much. You've lost too many. Maybe you're really down in the dumps right now. 10 of Swords can indicate many different disconnections, losses, final endings, but I feel the mourning and the sadness attached to this, Taurus. We don't only mourn death, okay? We can mourn something that we once wished and hoped for. Once, oh gosh, Spirit, help me say this right. I'm live right now. Please forgive me. Oh my gosh. We can mourn something that we once wanted so badly and had hope, and we envisioned this how it would work out, and then it doesn't. And then maybe we followed through with that. Taurus, I feel you here. Maybe you followed through. Maybe you're just mourning that image that you had in your mind of how things would work out. I feel this closure within you. And it is a part of the healing process. It is okay to do what's necessary to come to terms with closure and feelings and grief and sadness within yourself before you ever decide to give it to anyone else. In fact, it's indicated, Taurus. We don't want you to pop off at your mouth and just start blurting things out before you even know exactly how you feel about it inside. I feel like you're getting right inside first. That's why your vibes on the outside are pretty peaceful, pretty trustworthy, but inside, oh my God. What is this? What am I going to do? I can't continue this way. I've made these changes, or I really need to. And I see this, and I can't live with myself until I follow through with this. And that's okay. When the time is right, it will be presented to you. And that is when you will follow through. And that is when this weight will lift from you just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. You're improving your life. Now, outwardly, how do others perceive you from the outside, Taurus? In the month of June, major arcana card number 21, the World, okay? That in and of itself, the World is the last card in the major arcana. The World is seasoned, experienced, wise, has been there, done that, and knows what's up. So outwardly, I see that you have this image, or the way that people perceive you, as someone who has a lot of worldly knowledge, as someone who maybe can fix a lot of problems, someone who can go many places and achieve many successes, someone smart, someone capable. I see that on the outside, you're putting that out to the world like, yeah, everything's cool. But on the inside, things are breaking down and changing. And I ask you this, Taurus, in the month of June, it's okay to put that face on and go do your life stuff that you got to do. But are you believing in the face, or are you accepting what's going on beneath the surface of yourself? Like, do those match? I almost feel like you wish that you could just be this all the time. If I act this way, then it is this way, and all these feelings might just go away. They might just disappear. Maybe things will resolve themselves. I really feel like it's weighing on you in these areas, because they won't. Because you are expecting, you're expected, you're yourself, somewhere inside of you, you're expecting yourself to do something about it, right? So just, come to grips with that inside, recognizing if your inner emotions are matching your outer actions, or at least, if you're consciously aware of this. Now, what are you releasing? Ace of Swords is what you're releasing. And it says success, change, decisions, and actions. So the Ace of Swords, this is what you're releasing. I feel like the ace is kind of a new way of, it can be a new way of thinking. I did say you shift your perspective, right? But I see this sword as almost like communication, and it's pointed down at the ground. And this makes me think about the just maybe you used to really be open with people, Taurus. And like I just said, maybe you used to really like just talk and engage and share things and, just kind of, but I feel like you're pulling in. And this that you're releasing is I'm turning my communication inward. Like, I don't even want to waste my words. I feel this for some Taurus. This is crazy. I don't want to waste my words. Maybe you are in this mode of shifting into this new consciousness, and things in your environment might be a little dysfunctional, a little toxic, or a little superficial. Okay. I feel this irritation or frustration here with the communication between yourself and others. And I feel you holding back. Because it's not worth your time or your efforts. Okay. So I really feel you releasing that. That's what I feel is going on for you there. Now, what are you manifesting? Taurus, I see you manifesting the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords says strength, ambition, and truth. Look at this lovely lady. Now, the Queen is a smart individual. And I tell you what, look at her. Her sword is pointed downward as well. Okay. She is somebody who decides when she wants to speak. Okay. She is somebody who decides what she wants to give the world. She doesn't have to act. She's not spurred into miss emotional reaction, this or that. In fact, she's got a plan. She's got a vision for her life, and she is watching the beauty around her as her life unfolds in the direction that she desires. So I see here, as you're manifesting this, like I said, court cards can always be people. Maybe you are manifesting someone like this in your life. Maybe you are manifesting some of these characteristics to be more embodied within yourself, Taurus. Maybe you are manifesting a beautiful plan that you can see. Okay, the Queen, she sees the plan. She knows the plan. She follows the strategy of her plan. I feel like maybe things have been so shaken up for you that, like I said, you may have lost those hope because your hopes were dashed. You saw this vision, you thought it would be this way, and then things didn't turn out that way. And I feel like what you're manifesting is clarity. I don't want to make these same mistakes again. I want to be able to see the actual plan for my life and know that I can trust that's the way it's going to unfold. Okay, this you're wanting this clarity and this self-empowerment, the choice, the follow-through, and the knowledge. I feel like you're really wanting to pull that power back into yourself, Taurus. And this is mental clarity. I'm not talking brute force power. I'm talking about your mental patterns, your clarity, your planning, your strategy, your vision for your life. All right, so a few more cards I got for you. What brings you down in the month of June? And we've talked about this. Okay, we have talked about this, Taurus. What can bring you down in June? Major Arcana card number 17, the Star. This hurts my hand as I pick it up. Okay. It's almost like I can't touch it. It's not here yet. I've been praying for something to change. I've been praying, and I feel like you're praying, that the taglines on this are guiding light, inspiration, faith, hope, miracles, infinite energy. So the star can be about something that you really wish for, something that you've been hoping to achieve for quite some time, some connection you've been wanting to make, some up leveling to your life, some resolution, something you've been praying for, wellness, better health, whatever this is. I see that this is bringing you down because it's not here yet. Okay. It's bringing you down because you're starting to kind of wonder if you're losing a bit of that faith, a bit of that hope. Is this ever going to happen? You're praying for something to swoop in and change things, and that change hasn't happened, but you keep feeling worse inside about it. You are the change that you are supposed to create in your life. Taurus, it's in your hands, and you're going to continue to feel worse until you do something about it. And that's when this will enter. That's when this will have the space to come in for you. All right, so what might lift you up in June? Major Arcana card number 9, the Hermit. This does not surprise me. I feel like you can't stand people right now. I feel like the world is too much. You may have sensitivities, light, allergy sensitivities, toxic energy, people sensitivities. I don't know what you got going on, Taurus, but I feel it here. So what might bring you up in June? Pulling in, spending that alone time, that solitude that you have. It says healing, solitude, inner work, spending the time by yourself, meeting your own needs, eating what you want, showering when you want, sitting around in your underwear all day if that's what you want to do. Okay, maybe you have some of this freedom during the month of June here or there, and you're able to really just enjoy that alone time. Good for you, because that's when you find that light within yourself. That's when you remember, oh man, I remember when I used to do this, that, the other thing. I should do more of that. That used to make me happy. This is what I like in my life. I'm going to do more of that with or without other people. Because your life is about you, Taurus. So I can see how pulling away from everything else that you have going on, even though you're still deciding to spend that time to show up for those people who matter the most to you. You're showing up for work. You're showing up for all these things. So you're valuing your alone time. Thank you, God. Spirit says, when you are spending that solitude, make sure you're checking those self-care needs. What do you need? Do you need a haircut? Do you need a new pair of jeans, a new pair of glasses? Spirit is saying, hello, that's self-care. If you can't see, you're not your best. I don't know who I'm talking to, Taurus, but Spirit is saying, check those self-care needs when you're able to enjoy that alone time. That's a lot of the, that is going to help you rejuvenate and revitalize your own energy much more quickly if you utilize that time like that. So what is some final guidance for you? I've got 2 cards, final guidance. One is from the tarot and one's from my own deck. So you have the King of Cups here as your final guidance. Charismatic, warm-hearted, intuitive, and empathic. King of Cups. And I also have here, okay, let me just say this. I'll get you your next one next. So King of Cups is your final guidance. The King of Cups is, like it says here, warm-hearted, a kind person. I want to say this, Taurus. I almost feel like I feel like you have said and or heard and or felt like nice guys finish last. You know, whether it doesn't matter if you're a guy or not, you can understand that concept, right? I feel that with this King of Cups. I feel the disappointment because I feel like you have had such great intentions in your life. You've had such this loving, kind heart. You try to do what's right at the right time for the right reasons and be there for the right people and try to help and impact even the world. Like I can see how you have such a warm and kind, generous, giving and loving aura. And I can see how you can feel kind of like life has screwed you at times, all right? You know, or people don't quite respect you in the ways that you would like. People don't exactly give the love to you in exactly the same way that you might give it to them. I feel how that can feel like disappointing, man. It can really feel disappointing and like a letdown because you've given so much. And I feel like I really want to say to you from spirit, don't lose that quality about yourself, Taurus. They're telling me you are dangerously close to feeling all used up and not wanting to be or give like that in the same measure any longer. Please don't let this world wound you or ruin you or dim you or cap you, because the love that you give is important. You may feel this way because you're giving it to the wrong sources, okay? Whatever that is in your life. It could be a job that's not working, family that's not working, neighborhood that's not working, coping mechanisms that are draining and sucking that life and energy from you. You know what this is. Don't let life change you. You are a beautiful soul and you have so much more left to do. Don't let this current struggle or hiccup or challenge or hardship allow you to falter from your path for too long, because it's not designed to do that. You are exactly where you should be. Now look here, the card from my own oracle deck that fell with the King of Cups. Mastering your emotions and knowing what a good person you are, and a good person deserves a good return. And I feel like you don't believe that that's always the case. I feel like you may battle with some of these negative thought patterns. So let's just say this, Taurus. Remove negative thought patterns from your mindset. When you notice yourself thinking negatively about you, about how life treats you, about how the way it always is, or the way it never comes through, like these kinds of things, Spirit is saying, please catch yourself and delete those phrases and decide to think in a different direction, any different direction, because you're pigeonholing yourself, your life, and your energy patterns. So envy is the card from my own deck that fell for you. And envy is about wanting some of the things that other people might have in their lives. Okay. So kind of taking a look around at peers or family or even TV, colleagues, coworkers, this kind of thing, the neighborhood, and taking a look and going, wow, they have a really great relationship and they seem very happy. How come I don't have that? Or man, she has a kick-ass job. She's driving a new car. How come I don't have that? And instead of saying, I must have done something wrong, my life is messed up, I never get the good whatever. Okay, instead of going down that rabbit hole, Taurus, we can all do this. It's a choice for every single one of us, and it's your choice now. You can go, what are they doing right? How come their relationship is so cohesive? Do they spend time together? Were they high school sweethearts? Did they go to counseling therapy? You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. How'd she get that kick-ass job? What did she do? How'd they get that new car? How come their kids are so obedient? These are different things that we can survey in other people and go, wow, they really have things going on in that area. And I would love to have a touch of that in my life. You can, as long as you decide to implement some of the same or similar things that they have done to get themselves there. So ask yourself those questions. Don't begrudge somebody who has something that you would like to have. Take that into yourself and say, what is it that they have and how did they do it? Because I would love to implement something like that in my life. That is spirit inside of you, urging you towards this yearning desire, a new experience, a new connection, a new cohesion that you can up level and unlock for yourself simply by shifting that mindset, Taurus, and deciding to act proactively in the direction of your goals instead of wondering why they never come to you. That's what I have for you. That is your final card, Taurus, envy. And I thank you guys so much for tuning in with me. Again, my name is Heidi Corona. I'm a psychic medium. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, right here on YouTube. If you're not subscribed to my channel, feel free to click that little notification bell so you never miss anything from me. And give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you're able to drop a comment and let me know how it resonates, I would love to hear from you. And if you guys want to connect with me on another platform or a deeper level, my information is in your description box. Until the next one, I hope you guys have a fantastic June. Sending you guys so much love and so many blessings. Bye, Taurus.